The film opens with Noah, a stunning young woman, packing her belongings as she prepares to relocate to another city. Among her possessions, she carefully places a photograph of herself and her father, both evidently passionate about race car driving. During the journey to their new destination, Noah remains absorbed in a book, indifferent to her mother Emma's attempts at conversation. Emma reveals to Noah that she has married a wealthy man, necessitating their move to his opulent mansion. Despite Emma's explanation that Noah has no alternative but to move before she turns 18, Noah is deeply upset about leaving her hometown and her past behind. Upon arriving at the grand estate, Emma, her new husband, and Noah are warmly greeted by the household staff. Despite the luxurious surroundings, Noah remains unimpressed by the lavish pool, fancy cars, and other extravagances. After being shown her new bedroom by Emma, Noah begins to unpack, documenting her new life with selfies in expensive clothing, which she promptly shares with her friend. Stepping out onto the terrace, Noah catches sight of her stepbrother Nick. While chatting with her friend on the phone, she confides that despite her new wealthy family, she feels more comfortable in her old town. While texting Dan that she misses him and asking him to call back, Noah is surprised when he mentions being busy. Witnessing Nick throw a cigarette out of his car window, Noah is taken aback, as he had previously appeared to her as a bad boy. Upon arriving at the restaurant, Noah observes the waitress flirting with Nick at their table. Realizing her parents are unaware of Nick's smoking habit, she decides to keep it a secret. When Nick prepares to leave for work with his friend, Noah insists she needs to leave too. Will, their father, requests Nick to give his sister a ride home, but they end up arguing during the journey. Eventually, Nick drops Noah off, but her phone is dead, leaving her unable to call a cab. Attempting to flag down a passing car, Noah is insulted when it drives past. However, the car stops and reverses, revealing a guy named Mario inside. It turns out Mario knows Nick and is headed to the same party. As they approach the party hosted by Nick, Noah's new friend informs her about Nick's association with a dangerous ex-convict named Ronnie, which their parents are unaware of. Witnessing Nick's flirtatious behavior, Noah confronts him for abandoning her. When her brother notices Noah's attractiveness, he tries to reassure her by pointing out a tattoo near her ear. At one of these gatherings, Noah meets Jenna, a friend of Nick's, and they immerse themselves in the party scene. Nick's friend, Leon, showcases his car, while Noah, feeling betrayed after seeing photos of her boyfriend with her best friend. Meanwhile, Ronnie, recognizing Noah as the sister of his rival, schemes to meet her by orchestrating a plan to get her intoxicated. Nick, noticing his sister's odd behavior, steps in to defend her, realizing she has been medicated and not for the good. Despite Nick's intentions to take her home, Noah resists, leading to peculiar behavior in the car ride back. Once they arrive home, Nick ensures his sister is safely tucked into bed, but Noah is plagued by distressing childhood memories of her father. The next morning, Nick and Noah discuss the events of the previous night, with Nick humorously brushing off her behavior as merely tucking her into bed due to her odd antics. As they face their parents, both Nick and Noah hesitate to disclose the events of the prior day. Grateful for Nick's support, the parents also express their appreciation for introducing Noah to their friends. However, Noah grows upset when she discovers that the sympathetic text to Nick was sent on the same night her mother ended her relationship with Dan. Feeling frustrated, Noah leaves and finds herself on the beach, where she notices her brother and their friends who have come to surf. Jenna observes Noah's newfound fascination with her brother, while Noah notices other girls vying for Nick's attention regarding a race, though Nick feigns ignorance. Noah's interest in the race intensifies due to her own passion for racing and her impressive driving skills. As excitement builds among the spectators before the race, everyone eagerly cheers on the racers, setting the stage for an exhilarating event. Nick's confidence soars as he notices his sister, Noah, alongside Jenna. Meanwhile, Nick finds himself in a competitive encounter with his rival, during which Noah observes his impressive speed and agility. Simultaneously, Noah receives a text from her best friend, prompting her to seek revenge on her ex-boyfriend and pursue a new romantic interest. Amidst the ongoing race, Nick remains fixated on Noah as she indulges in drinks and dancing. Feeling envious after receiving another text, Noah impulsively kisses a new acquaintance, catching Nick's attention. Witnessing the situation unfold, Nick intervenes by chasing the young man away and offering Noah a kiss to incite jealousy in her ex-boyfriend, Dan. As their closeness intensifies, Nick and Noah share a passionate kiss, revealing the depth of their connection, which transcends mere appearances. After sending the breakup message to Dan, Noah decides to take the car for a ride. As she gets behind the wheel and starts the engine, Ronnie arrives at the starting line and spots a girl preparing to race. Meanwhile, Nick, accompanied by his girlfriend, hears the siren but fails to reach his car in time. However, on the most challenging curve of the track, Noah aggressively overtakes Nick, prompting Ronnie to retaliate by ramming her car. Despite crossing the finish line first, it's revealed that Noah broke the rules, leading Nick to bear the consequences for the damaged car and its return. In response, Nick takes his sister out, but tensions escalate when Ronnie begins to harm her. Nick finds himself in a physical altercation with Ronnie to defend Noah. The next day, Noah reunites with her friend and mother as they prepare for an upcoming holiday celebration. Meanwhile, Nick has been spending nights sleeping on the beach while Emma and Will prepare for the event, despite Will's attempts to console her. On the beach, Nick interacts with his younger sister Maggie, but indicates his need to leave early that evening. After the family returns home, Nick discovers Noah lying on the couch. Drawn to her, he joins her in silence until their mother interrupts the moment the following morning. Later, Nick observes Noah washing her car, though she declines his offer to join her. Nevertheless, he quietly watches as Noah inadvertently makes her clothes transparent with water. When Noah's mother arrives and finds her with Dan, her ex-boyfriend. Sometime later, Noah approaches Nick, revealing a problem. Her ex-boyfriend Dan has arrived. Noah walks away, but Nick retaliates by pulling her into the pool. As Noah swims away, Nick pursues her. Caught up in the moment, Nick admires Noah's figure, which she clearly enjoys until Emma starts searching for Nick. Panicked, Noah freaks out upon discovering a note in the flowers, suspecting it's from Dan. However, Dan denies sending it. Meanwhile, Ronnie encounters Nick on his way back from the restaurant in a red sports car. Upon returning home, Nick sees Dan entering Noah's room. Climbing up to the balcony, he finds Noah asleep and intervenes. Noticing Nick's injuries, Noah takes his clothes to wash his wounds. They both agree not to wander alone. Noah affectionately examines her brother and kisses him, their connection deepening. As Dan interrupts them, they leave. The next morning, Nick's father notices his abrasions. The butler plays along with Nick's claim that he cleaned the leaves by the pool. Meanwhile, the girl receives another threatening letter, but keeps the situation to herself in the car. During the ride, the friends discuss their participation in the race, with Anna, Nick's friend, revealing the person who taught Noah to drive so skillfully. Upon arriving at the race, Noah surprises her brother by gifting him the same model car she lost. Nick expresses his growing affection for Noah, noting how they're getting to know each other better and becoming closer. As their friends arrive, they're stunned to find themselves at Fight Club, where a new car awaits for them to race. Despite his sister's efforts to dissuade him, Nick eagerly participates, reveling in the adrenaline of the fight. Noah steps back, watching nervously, as Nick skillfully avoids punches throughout the bout. Although he misses a few punches, Nick emerges victorious and is rewarded for his win. After the fight, Nick searches for his sister, only to witness Mario kissing her. Feeling a pang of jealousy, Nick intervenes, pushing his friend away. In a moment of vulnerability, Noah admits to Nick that she's afraid of him and suggests they cut ties. They leave the party together, and in the morning, Noah works at a cafe, while Nick goes for a run on the beach. As she works, Noah reminisces about the fun times she and Nick shared growing up. Upset, Noah decorates her car with stickers with the help of their butler. However, her hands tremble when she receives another threatening letter at work. Meanwhile, their father confides in Nick about Noah's abusive past with her father, who was recently released from prison. The parents urge Nick to support his sister during this difficult time without revealing their father's release. Unaware of her father's release, Noah attends a party where he observes her with a friend. Feeling unwell, Noah leaves the party early, but Nick fails to notice they are being watched. When she returns to retrieve her jacket, Anna pushes Noah into a closet, but Nick rescues her. Later, Nick comforts Noah and puts her to bed when they arrive home. Fearful, Noah asks her brother to stay with her until she falls asleep. The next morning, they wake up together in the same bed, only to be startled by their father's presence in the room. Their father informs them that Maggie is in the hospital and asks Nick to call their brother. Despite Noah's initial concern, the doctor assures them that she only needs rest and is otherwise healthy. Nick opens up to Noah about his love for her, and they decide to spend time together at the beach to deepen their connection. Feeling hopeful about their future, Nick suggests they run away together. However, their plans take a dark turn when Nick briefly leaves Noah alone at a gas station and Ronnie seizes the opportunity to kidnap her. Reviewing surveillance footage, Nick realizes Ronnie's involvement in his sister's abduction. Noah wakes up to find herself handcuffed and facing her father, Jonas, whom she fears deeply. Jonas admits to sending the threatening letters as vengeance for past grievances. He demands a ransom of $1 million from Emma, Noah's mother, and provides the drop location. In the midst of the chaos, Jonas confronts Ronnie, while a mysterious figure observes the unfolding events through hidden cameras. As everyone gathers at the designated meeting spot, a detective questions Nick about the missing car, adding to the mounting tension. Nick confirms that he keeps paying insurance, and they realize they can track the car using GPS. Realizing he's been discovered, Jonas prepares to flee. However, Nick catches up, but Jonas shoots his ex-wife. Will shields his wife with a suitcase. Jonas explains that he kidnapped his daughter out of bitterness and vengeance because he never became a champion racer and ended up in prison instead. Noah, feeling trapped, reaches a turning point. As she approaches the edge, Nick blocks her path, sensing the danger. In a moment of realization, Noah has an epiphany, and they press on until they're intercepted. The detective intervenes, disarming the bandit and ending the pursuit. Ronnie is apprehended by the police after the chase. Meanwhile, Emma discovers a corpse, her ex-husband. Thankfully, Noah and Nick emerge unharmed. That night at home, Nick vows to continue protecting his sister and admits his love for her. Noah is overjoyed to find her feelings reciprocated. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more recaps. Your support means the world to me. Feel free to drop any comments or suggestions below. Until next time, take care and stay awesome.